Hey everybody, welcome back to Convertible Conversations. Talking this week about Christ living not only in us and not only through us, but actually living as us. And today I want to talk about something that might seem like it's similar to what I talked about yesterday, but you'll see the difference, I hope. I want to talk about Christ living as us with the concept of being there, and being there, being with other people. When we're with other people, it's other people who are hurting in particular. Let's say you're visiting somebody at the hospital, or a friend calls, or you get together with somebody and they've just had a relationship meltdown with somebody, or maybe they've gotten some bad news health-wise or financially, or maybe a relative, maybe a kid's gotten in trouble or something like that. I want to talk about the concept of just being there, as opposed to thinking we've got to say something, and as opposed to thinking we have to fix something, and as opposed to thinking, those of us who come from a church or a religious background, as opposed to thinking we have to quote Bible verses. I got into that habit for a long time, and maybe nobody else has, but I got in a habit where I thought it was my duty to give somebody a Bible verse for every problem that they ever had. And I had a friend who did that with me, one of my mentors, and quite often it wasn't a helpful thing. So, because other people, everybody has interpretations of Bible verses. Get 5 people in a room, and 5 of them may have a different interpretation of the same verse. And when we try to impose our interpretation of that verse onto somebody else, along with the implication that you should be able to just see that in this verse and then be okay, we can do a lot more damage than good with it. We religious people can. So here's the concept: just being there. You know, when I go to the hospital, to an emergency room, which I've done several times, and somebody is either, they're going to die, or they have just died, and you're there with their loved ones, most of the time, the very best thing we can do is just be there. Just be there, be with them, give them hugs as appropriate. Just be there. We don't have to say, well, they're in a better place now, or try to give them some type of Bible verse or cheap Christian cliche as to how everything will be all right and that type of thing. Most of the time, many of the times, it's best just to be there and not say anything, I found, unless Jesus prompts you to. As we listen to Jesus, and we know that he lives in us, and as we get to know him, of course, and know what he's like, that he is all love, there's no condemnation, his grace covers everything, he loves and accepts and includes everyone, then, of course, we can relax and rest in him. That's what the rest of Christ is, the Sabbath rest. We can rest in him and just say, Jesus, would you be here? Would you listen to them? And then would you show me when and if you want me to say anything? And so many times that's way, way, way better than feeling like we have to come up with ideas or suggestions or fixing something and that type of thing. So I'm not going to belabor this point. That's really all I wanted to say today. Just practicing the presence of Christ in us, practicing just being there with someone, and being able to be content with that may be not only enough, but exactly what Jesus wants us to do, just to be there. All right, we'll have some more tomorrow. Thanks for watching. See you then.